Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York, into a family of privilege and enterprise. His father, Fred Trump, was a real estate developer known for building middle-class housing in New York City. And his mother, Mary Ann McLeod, emigrated from Scotland, instilling both ambition and resilience in the household. From a young age, Trump was steeped in the world of property, money, and social stature. He was a boy with confidence, stubbornness, and a taste for competition, traits that would later define his public persona. The seeds of his Spartan projection, audacity, aggression, and relentless self-assurance were sown early, even if discipline and principle were inconsistently applied. Trump attended the New York Military Academy, a formative period that honed his combative instincts, sense of hierarchy, and attraction to spectacle. In an environment designed to cultivate obedience and endurance, he absorbed lessons in command, appearance, and psychological leverage, though his adherence to internalized discipline remained selective. Later, he matriculated at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a degree in economics. Trump's education provided him with technical understanding of finance and real estate, but it was his showmanship, risk appetite, and instinct for negotiation that truly defined him. After graduating, Trump entered the family business, eventually taking control of the Trump Organization. He aggressively expanded into Manhattan, navigating high-profile deals, luxury properties, and casinos. Early successes were amplified by media attention. He understood the value of spectacle, branding, and narrative. He cultivated the image of the fearless, untouchable mogul, a man seemingly impervious to market turbulence or criticism. The Spartan archetype, strength, fearlessness, dominance, was projected, though the reality was more nuanced. The Trump empire faced multiple financial crises, lawsuits, bankruptcies, and debts. Yet the persona of triumph remained intact, a carefully constructed shield against scrutiny. The projection of courage outpaced the practice of disciplined stewardship. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for President of the United States. At first, the establishment laughed, dismissing him as a carnival figure, a brash celebrity unfit for serious politics. Yet within months, he commanded attention, dominated media cycles, and attracted a following that resonated with his populist messaging. He spoke of America first, border security, economic revival, and disdain for entrenched elites. To supporters, he was a Spartan warrior confronting bureaucratic decay, a man fearless in the face of career politicians. Every speech, rally, and tweet reinforced the myth: Donald Trump as the embodiment of audacity, courage, and uncompromising self-belief. The 2016 election confirmed the power of perception. Trump's triumph over Hillary Clinton was a shock to the world. The veneer of a Spartan warrior held strong. He had withstood ridicule, media attacks, and elite opposition, emerging victorious against a system that had long dismissed him. His early presidency, however, revealed both brilliance in spectacle and weakness in disciplined execution. Policy initiatives often stumbled amid internal conflict. Executive orders were inconsistently implemented. Legislative promises were diluted or abandoned. The Spartan attributes of loyalty, strategic patience, and ethical fortitude were projected more than practiced. Then came the shocks of 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic, economic upheaval, and a series of high-profile crises. Trump's public projection remained fearless, yet the absence of disciplined follow-through became apparent. Pandemic management, policy coherence, and moral leadership were inconsistent. Criticism mounted, yet his base remained loyal, captivated by the myth of the unassailable warrior. By the end of his first term, the dissonance between image and execution was evident, though survival and personal audacity remained unmatched. He had faced adversity and attacks on multiple fronts and endured, yet the Spartan measure of leadership, sustained principle under pressure, was only intermittently evident. The events of January 6, 2021, crystallized this duality. Trump's rhetoric, accusations of electoral fraud, and presence in the political theater demonstrated strategic audacity. But the consequences revealed a critical failing in discipline and responsibility. Impeachment, lawsuits, and political backlash followed. For followers, the tension was stark. The man they hailed as fearless also exposed them to legal and reputational risk. The projection of Spartan fearlessness remained intact, Yet the consequences of action outpaced the moral and strategic control typically associated with true Spartan mastery. Despite defeat in 2020, Trump maintained influence. He remained central to the Republican Party, shaped narratives, and mobilized his base. Then, in the 2024 election, he achieved a comprehensive political victory, winning the presidency, securing congressional and Senate support, and reclaiming the trust of a wide swath of voters. In theory, this was the ultimate test of Spartan competence, the alignment of vision, opportunity, and execution. With obstacles minimized, he possessed the rarest of privileges, a clear path to implement his agenda, validate his supporters, and consolidate enduring influence. Yet, in the first 10 months of his second term, the gap between myth and execution became stark. Key policy promises remained inconsistently enforced. Communication remained dominated by spectacle and provocation rather than disciplined strategy. Internal contradictions emerged, and critics noted decisions that appeared motivated more by ego than principle. Where Spartan discipline would demand clarity, loyalty, and calculated action for the collective good, Trump's behavior revealed selective application, moments of brilliance interspersed with impulsive actions and strategic inconsistency. Legal and ethical scrutiny continued. Investigations, indictments, and public controversies followed him, yet these challenges reinforced the myth rather than highlighting accountability. Supporters praised endurance, equating survival with mastery. The illusion of invincibility persisted, masking the critical gaps in principle, execution, and sustained ethical leadership. In the lens of the paper Spartan, these gaps are fatal. True Spartan strength requires not only the ability to endure, but the consistent exercise of moral courage, selfless discipline, and responsibility toward one's community. Trump's long career exemplifies the dual nature of the false prophet, paper Spartan. On one side, his charisma, audacity, and resilience inspired millions. His ability to survive political attacks, assassination attempts, legal crises, and media firestorms is unparalleled. On the other side, the selective application of Spartan virtues, discipline, moral clarity, loyalty, and strategic execution reveals the fragility beneath the myth. His life and political trajectory illustrate how projected strength can mask inconsistency, and spectacle can obscure selective principle. The lessons are evident. Strength, unaccompanied by discipline, becomes fragile. Fearlessness without principle becomes performative. Influence without accountability becomes hollow. Trump endured and projected dominance, yet the first test of unencumbered opportunity revealed gaps in execution and principle. The contrast between myth and reality provides a cautionary template. A figure can inspire devotion, project invincibility, and wield fear, yet fail the Spartan test if discipline, principle, and loyalty are applied selectively. This profile also underscores a broader truth about leadership. True Spartan mastery is measured not by survival alone, but by sustained principle, ethical conduct, and the effective translation of influence into enduring collective benefit. Trump's supporters have invested loyalty, trust, and expectation. Yet his early second term illustrates the challenge of aligning projection with practice. The myth persists, but the gaps remain. The persona is larger than life, yet the discipline, moral fortitude, and consistency required to transform myth into substance are inconsistently applied. In conclusion, Donald Trump's life and political career offer a profound case study in the false prophet, paper Spartan archetype. Brilliant, audacious, resilient, and endlessly compelling, he inspires loyalty and admiration. Yet the selective application of discipline, principle, and accountability consistently exposes the divergence between projected mastery and actual execution. His survival under extraordinary pressure reinforces the myth, but the first opportunity to exercise unencumbered power exposes the selective and performative nature of his leadership. The image of the Spartan warrior, unyielding, disciplined, selfless, is projected. The reality is compromised, inconsistent, and often subordinated to ego, spectacle, and self-interest. He is a paper Spartan of gargantuan proportions, vast in myth, uneven in execution, and instructive as a cautionary example of the fragility of fame, projection, and selective principle. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage. Because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.